Hello everyone and welcome back to my F1 2018 career mode with Regina Hertz, and as you can see she's currently in 6th position with 56 points. Teammate Fernando Alonso's in 7th with 41. And as you can see, we're just looking at our engine now. We've got a few problems for Regina's engine at the moment. Yes, the internal combustion engine is already on the second set, and now we've got to change over the turbocharger as well because that's almost reached the end of its lifespan. Now we continue on with Great Britain. Okay, so just looking at the overview from Bruce, we've got engine power, a new oil pressure pump, a front downforce secondary piss flap, and an internal combustion engine ICE wear free has all been completed. Wowzers, they've been well busy in the old team garage, haven't they? Anyway, let's move on now to the first qualifying session at Silverstone. At the moment, Lewis Hamilton has got pole, and Regina Hertz is, well, she's not going to get that because she's already in the 130s, but she crosses on at the moment in 4th position. Anyway, a little bit later into qualifying, you can see Regina Hertz is now down to 13th place. Let's see if she can improve on that time. Let's just go around the final couple of turns here before we complete the lap at Silverstone. And the answer to that is no. She's still in 13th position. Let's have a look at the final scores then. She finishes in 13th, Fernando Alonso in 9th, Sebastian Vettel got pole position with Lewis Hamilton in 2nd, Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd.
With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to ask you about Valtteri Bottas. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Grosjean, Sainz, Alonso, Hülkenberg, and Esteban Ocon, Magnussen, and a McLaren, Sergio Perez, and Raikkonen. They've taken a grid penalty. Hartley, Gasly, Charles Leclerc, and Lance Stroll, Sirotkin, and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid.
And so once again it's time for the 5 lights to go out on the Regina Hertz career mode. She's starting from 12th position and it's away we go. Magnussen off to the left of us, Esteban Ocon directly in front of us as we go into turn 1. We've got cars swarming all over the back of Regina Hertz as we go into the first turn, but she manages to get through okay. She does a little switchback manoeuvre on Kevin Magnussen. Let's see if she does one of the customary dive bombs that the huckster has taught her so well, and the answer to that is yes, she bloody well does. And already up into 9th place, just behind her teammate, of course, Fernando Alonso, who's currently now in 8th position, directly ahead of her. Let's see if she manages to catch up to the back of Fernando, and the answer to that is she's getting very, very close to him. Now, of course, there's no team orders at McLaren. Regina can just drive the car, and so can Fernando Alonso. And she's getting very, very close to the back end of Fernando. There you can see he's trying to get past Romain Grosjean, of course, but can't quite manage it at the moment. And we've got a yellow flag. Oh my goodness, a car going very, very slowly there. That was Valtteri Bottas, and Fernando Alonso did some good avoiding action there, but that's given Regina Hertz the opportunity to get right up the gearbox of Fernando Alonso, and she's already got a false India also directly behind her, but she manages to fend him off. But she's really going for Fernando Alonso as we go through the Maggots and Beckett section of this glorious Silverstone circuit, as you can see, and I think she's going to catch up to the back of Fernando Alonso. Yes, no DRS of course, but she's going to swing out to the right hand side of Fernando, and she goes through. Oh, but wait, does she? It looks like Fernando's hanging around to drive around the outside, but no, Regina does. No, he's still there. There's Fernando. Look at this. They're battling wheel to wheel, and there's contact with Fernando Alonso, and there's a little bit of locking up from the brakes there from Regina, but she goes through into 7th position now. on the very, very first lap of this Grand Prix. As we accelerate forward down to lap 3, as you can see, Regina Hertz, as we're going down the hangar straight, is now under pressure from Fernando Alonso. He's going around the outside of her once again, but she's going to hug it tight to the inside line, and she manages to, at the moment, hold on. Oh, we've got a yellow flag as well. We've got a car slowing down, I think, ahead. Can't quite see who that is. But yes, and we've got a fastest lap for Daniel Ricciardo as we accelerate forward out of lap 4 of the Grand Prix. Hertz is now in 6th position as cars are now coming into the pit, as you can see from the mini-map. But unfortunately, Fernando hasn't come in and he's still behind Regina Hertz as she goes into 5th place now as she just goes past the pits. 5th position now for Regina Hertz on lap 5 of this Grand Prix as we accelerate forward now to a little bit later into lap 5, just going to lap 6, and our teammate has come in now. Fernando has come in for his pit stop, which means Regina is going to make up a few more positions. Yeah, she's up into 4th position now on lap 6 as we now accelerate forward to a little bit later into lap 6, just going past the pits once again. There's more cars coming in, so I think Regina's going to end up, oh my goodness, she may even end up in the lead. And yes indeedy, Mr McGreedy, she goes into the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 7 at Silverstone. Anyway, we move on now to lap 9 of the Grand Prix, still in 1st place at the moment for the Hertz, but it is of course time for her to make her pit stop, mandatory pit stops of course, otherwise she could possibly have made the tyres last all the way to the end of the Grand Prix. Anyway, once again we go along at a snail's pace, as we always do at Silverstone because of the speed limiter. Oh my goodness, it feels like forever trying to get into the pits at Silverstone. And Regina is now going to change from, I think she's on the yellow sidewall tyre. Yes, she is. So I think she's going to go harder for the last stint. Yes, she does. She goes on to the white walled, which of course is the medium tyre. And we're going to rejoin. Oh my goodness, there's quite a few cars going past. Let's see what position Regina Hertz ends up in as she comes out of the pits, crawling along as usual. I think it's 50 kph, is it, in the pit lane in Silverstone? I'm not quite sure. No doubt lots of people will be able to tell me. And oh no, she rejoins behind Fernando Alonso and Roman Grosjean as well. So she's gone down to 8th position, coming out of the pits there. And her teammate has bested her. Yes, Fernando Alonso has bested the Hertz. And she's down now to 8th position on lap 10. As we accelerate forward out to lap 11. She's going for it though on Roman Grosjean. As you can see, Fernando Alonso is already having a bright old ding-dong battle with Carlos Sainz, and it's getting very, very close indeed. Very, very close. Sainz is still battling with Alonso. Hertz is battling with Grosjean, and she sneaks down. Oh my goodness gracious, bloody good God. She sneaks down past all of them, and she gets a warning, but don't worry about that. She sneaks past all of them, including her teammate, and goes to 5th position on lap 12 as we accelerate forward now to still on lap 12, and she's still in 5th place for the Hertz, and Fernando Alonso has come into the pits. Oh my goodness. Perhaps he incurred some damage with that collision with Regina Hertz, but he's coming anyway on the very, very last lap, which means that he's not going to score any points, I don't think, as we accelerate forward now to the last 9 seconds of the Grand Prix, lap 13, and Hertz is still in 5th place. Lewis Hamilton has won the race. There's a car going around the outside, not quite sure which car that is. It's Valtteri Bottas and the Mercedes. There's contact with the Hertz, which is about to cross the line. I do believe Valtteri Bottas may actually get the position. Oh, as we cross the line, and she does. Or should I say he does, and she doesn't. Oh my goodness. So, Regina Hertz finishes in 6th place, bested, unfortunately, by Valtteri Bottas. As we go onto the podium now, as you can see, there's Sebastian Vettel in 2nd place. Lewis Hamilton won the race. And there's Tiamat Marduk. Fantastic. So there's the final results then. 6th place for the Hertz. Lewis Hamilton won, Sebastian Vettel in 2nd, and Fernando Alonso finished in 19th place. Oh my bloody good God. Let's have a look at the standings now for Regina Hertz. She's currently in 6th place with 64 points. Fernando Alonso is in 8th position with 41. Lewis Hamilton in the lead, of course, with 170 World Championship points. Sebastian Vettel in 2nd with 160.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy?
Okay, interview time. Which one's she going to pick? Oh, the aero package. Wowzers.
It looks like you've really been focusing on research and development this season.
And this time she's picked... Oh, okay.
You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
And which one's she going to go for now, lads? The team are more than the sum of its parts.
It wasn't your rival's day today, was it?
Now, of course, hopefully she's going to pick the right one here. Oh, yeah, okay.
Great. Well, that's everything.
So anyway, we move on to the next Grand Prix, and Regina Hertz is just doing one of those invitational races, as you can see, in a classic Lotus car. Oh my goodness, everyone set your nerdgasms to high alert. Yes, high alert now as she goes round in a very, very old Lotus. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we move on now to the next Grand Prix, which is Germany. Wowzers.
Congratulations on your success in the invitational event. There may not be points or prizes, but it still helps you look good.
Well, thank you, Emma, you sexy little bitch. And as you can see from our goals update we've got from Emma, and we've got some weekend previews from Bruce. Jeff's got the weather forecast, and Brucey's got the development update, which just means absolutely bloody nothing because we don't care about shit like that, do we, lads? Anyway, now he's got us a new development part for the car, and it's a diffuser additional strikes. Somebody kill me fucking now. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to qualifying for the race at Germany. At the moment, Hertz has just put a time in which puts her in second place behind Lance Stroll. Yes, Lance Stroll. Anyway, a little bit late into qualifying. Normality has resumed, and the Hertz is in 15th place. She crosses the line, and she's going to finish in... Oh, I think it's still 15th. Let's have a look at the final scores on the doors. Fernando Alonso got 7th position, and yes, the Hertz finished in 15th place. And so it's time for the 5 lights to go out on our second race of this video, and we say go, 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 and away she goes from 14th position on the grid. Carlos Sainz, the runner, directly ahead of her. Lance Stroll just off to the left, going to turn 1. Is she going to do another dive? Oh my goodness, well, sort of a little dive there from Regina Hertz, and she's up there to 12th position, but of course as we go into turn 2, it's a very, very tight right-hander, and of course she does a dive because she's been tutelaged by the hookster, and she's already up into the points already. 10th position for the Hertz. She's now behind Esteban Ocon, of course, in the Force India, and there directly in front of Esteban Ocon is her teammate Fernando Alonso, and she dives down the inside. She got Fernando as well. Yes, she bloody well has. She gets Fernando Alonso as well, just diving down the inside there, and I think she's got past one of the Renaults as well. This is another fantastic performance from Regina Hertz. She's up into 7th place, and she has to brake very, very hard there to avoid going straight to the back of Nico Hulkenberg in the Renault, of course, but it doesn't really matter. This is still the first lap, and she's up now to 7th position from 14th position on the grid. Oh my goodness gracious, bloody good gold. Ahead of Hulkenberg, we now have the Iceman himself, Kimi Raikkonen, in the Ferrari, who is disappearing backwards to Sauber next year. As we're just about to complete the first lap of the Grand Prix, the Hertz is still in 7th place, chasing Hulkenberg, and Maxi Boy Verstappen is behind her now in 8th position, and of course the Red Bull. Okay, it's time to accelerate forward now to lap 2 of the Grand Prix. She's still chasing Hulkenberg, as you can see, in 6th position. He's still chasing Raikkonen, but at the moment she can't make any inroads. But of course we've got this very, very long straight section before that tortuous right-hander. So this may be the opportunity. Oh, she's got the ERS on overtake. Is she going to go for a move on Hulkenberg? Well, of course she is. She dived down inside. Oh, look at that. Managed to tuck it in superbly, and not managed to hit the back of Kimi Raikkonen. Up now into 6th position for Regina Hertz as we accelerate forward now to lap 4 of the Grand Prix. There's a few cars coming into the pits now, so she's going to gain even more positions, and her teammate is in as well. Fernando's in for his pit stop, and Regina Hertz goes up into 3rd position on lap 5 as we accelerate forward now to the end of lap 5. There's more cars coming in now, as you can see. So I think she may actually... Yes, she bloody well does. She goes into the lead of this Grand Prix on lap 6. But don't get too excited because she still hasn't pitted yet. Anyway, we accelerate forward down to lap 7. And it is now indeed time for Regina Hertz to make her pit stop on lap 7. She's currently in the lead. Of course, she's just about to lose that, because Lulu is right behind her, and he's going to go straight past, storming past that Mercedes. So the team are hopefully going to do us a nice fast stop. We of course are on the, I think it's the Ultra Soft. Very difficult to tell the colours in F1 2018, of course, and thankfully they're going to sort that shit out for next year. And I think she's gone on to the yellow sidewall tyre. Yes, she has. And so now she rejoins in 7th position on lap 8 of the Grand Prix, chasing Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger, in 6th place, of course, in the Red Bull. As we accelerate forward down to lap 12, nothing really has happened except for the fact that Fernando Alonso, her teammate, has managed to catch up right at the back of her. As you can see from the mini-map, he's very, very close indeed. And I don't think it's going to be too long before Fernando makes a move on Regina Hertz as we accelerate forward down to lap 15. And there is the move from Nando. He dives down the inside. Regina has to go very, very wide, loses a little bit of corner exit speed there. But she's going to try desperately now to get the position back from Fernando Alonso, because of course this is for team bragging rights and she has to be seen as the #1 driver because that is currently her contract. So she's piling on the beans to see if she can re-overtake. She's gone into hot lap for the ERS. She's gone into hot lap, which means she gets that little additional boost of speed. And I think is she going to do it? Yes, she does. She dives down the inside of Fernando Alonso. There's contact with Nando, but she goes through quite cleanly actually. And she's up now into 7th position ahead of her teammates. We accelerate forward down lap 16. Oh my goodness, Lulu's out of the race. Oh no, it's disastrous, absolutely disastrous. Anyway, we accelerate forward down to the last lap of the race. Regina Hertz, it looks like he's going to finish in 6th position, as you can see. And Sebastian Vettel has already won the race with Valtteri Bottas in 5th place ahead of the Hertz. So we just go around the final few corners now of the beautiful Germany circuit. And Regina Hertz crosses the line in 6th place. Wowzers. Fantastic performance there from Regina. More points on the board for the Hertz. Let's go to the podium. And there is the podium with Sebastian Vettel, of course, on the top step. Kimi Raikkonen in 2nd. Let's have a look at the scores on the doors then. Regina Hertz in 6th place. Fernando Alonso in 8th position.
We hope you're looking forward to today's qualifying in Hungary as much as we are. We think it's going to be a cracker.
So here we are at Hungary for the last race of this video. And let's see what fantastic time. Once again, Regina Hertz is going to put in. Daniel Ricciardo is currently in pole position with a 1:17.334. And the Hertz crosses the line in 9th place at the moment, 2.5 seconds behind the leader. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to the end of qualifying. Just 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. And the Hertz is currently in 12th position. Let's see if she can improve on that time. She crosses the line. And after that, it's going to be sort of 11th place now for the Hertz. Let's have a look at the final scores then. Yes, it was actually 14th place in the end for Regina Hertz, and 7th for Nando, and 1st for Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger. Let's do this. So once again, it's time for the 5 lights to go out on the Regina Hertz career mode. And we say go, 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 and it's away we go. From 14th position, there's Esteban Ocon directly in front of her. Carlos Sainz a little bit off to the left, and there's another. It's Lulu. It's Lewis Hamilton right off to the left as we go into turn 1. And once again, it's another. Oh my goodness, there's Nando. There's Fernando Alonso. She does a dive on him as well. Gets past up into 7th place now for the Hertz. Oh my goodness, she's getting very, very good at gaining huge amount of positions from the start. It's just a little shame that she can't actually qualify any higher, but that seems to be about her level at the moment for qualifying, around about the 15th or 16th mark. But she seems to be able to get a rocket ship start and get past a huge amount of cars, as you can see. Oh Jesus Christ, she almost binned it there. She went up onto the curbings, and as everyone knows, on F1 2018, that's pretty bloody lethal because it will spin you around like a top. But she managed to just hold it together there. Still on the first lap of the race and trying to catch up to the back of Nico Hülkenberg. Of course, her teammate is now directly behind her, Fernando Alonso, in 8th position. I have to say, I'm not really a fan of the Hungary circuit. It's a little bit too much of a short squiggle for me. I like the ones with the long straights. But of course, I'm not driving the Cup. No, Regina Hertz is. So it's up to her to try and do her best in, of course, that McLaren, which is certainly not the most powerful car on the grid. In fact, it's pretty much a midfielder. Anyway, that's the end of lap 1. We go into lap 2 now. There's Nico Hülkenberg. She's put the ERS into overtake. I think she's going to dive down the inside of Hulky. Yes, she does. It's another clean move for Regina Hertz. And she goes up now to 6th position. And I think Fernando Alonso went through as well. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 3. And the virtual safety car has been deployed. So she's got to reduce her pace now. And a little bit later into the lap. And now the safety car is... Oh, there's Lance Stroll going very, very slowly around the circuit. Anyway, the DRS has been enabled and it's time to go racing once again. for Regina Hertz on lap 3. As we accelerate forward now to lap 4 of the Grand Prix, and there's Fernando Alonso making his move once again down the inside, and he pushes Regina a little bit wide, but she manages to hold it together and hold on, more importantly, to her 6th position. As we accelerate forward now to lap 4, there's cars coming into the pits as Regina goes past, so she's made it up now into 4th position on lap 5, but of course she's got to stop. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 5, there's more cars coming in, as you can see. It says we're approaching back markers, but no, they are actually cars coming into the pits. Yeah, well done, Codemasters. Anyway, we go past now, and Regina Hertz is now made it up into 2nd position, just behind Sebastian Vettel on lap 6 of this Grand Prix, as it's time to accelerate forward now to the end of lap 6. And now Sebastian Vettel has come in for his stop, which means, once again, Regina Hertz is going to go into the lead of this Grand Prix. Of course, this is absolutely fantastic. She's clearly showing a message to the other team saying, look, I can actually be in the lead of a race, so it's about time someone put me in a decent car. Anyway, on lap 8 now, it's time for the Hertz to make her pit stop. She was in the lead, but of course she won't hold on to that now. She's coming to the pits, and Daniel Ricciardo has already got into the lead, as you can see from the display. Okay, so Regina Hertz comes in from the soft tyre, I think, onto the hard tyre. Still very, very difficult to tell the colours apart in this game. I think that's maybe the hyper soft, or is it the ultra soft? Who the bloody hell knows, and who the bloody hell cares? Anyway, she's gone now onto the yellow tyre, which of course is the harder tyre of those compounds, and she's going to rejoin now. Where is she going to rejoin? Well, she rejoins behind one of the Husk cars. But let's see what position she's in. And she's, oh my goodness, she's in 10th position now on lap 9 behind Romain Grosjean, with Charles Leclerc currently in 11th place behind her. As we accelerate forward now to lap 11 of the Grand Prix, she's under pressure now from one of the cars. I think that may be Charles Leclerc. I think yes it is. And there's contact with Charles Leclerc. As you can see, he's trying to go round the outside of Regina Hertz, but she's having none of it. There's a little bit of scuffing on the side pod of Charles Leclerc's car, which means there's obviously been some contact with Regina Hertz. As we accelerate forward as lap 14 of the race, and Regina Hertz is still in 10th position, I don't think there's going to be any change. And look at the mini-map, Fernando Alonso is currently ahead of her as we accelerate forward now to lap 15, and there's still no change. The Hertz is in 10th, so she is going to get one single solitary World Championship point. But we've got trouble for the engine. Oh my god, the MG UK is at 65%, which means she's going to be down on engine power. And already Brendan Hartley is using that to his advantage to try and get past the Hertz on lap 16. As we accelerate forward now to lap 17 of the Grand Prix. Still desperately holding on to this single solitary World Championship point for Regina Hertz. But now she's got the blessed one right behind her. It's Lewis Hamilton in, of course, the Mercedes, as we're just about to start the last lap. But can she hold off from Lulu? She's got the ERS on high, but it wasn't enough, and Hamilton goes past. She's now out of the World Championship points, but she's going to tuck it in very, very deep on Hamilton. Does she get through? Yes, she bloody well does. So, as we accelerate forward now to the very, very last lap, Daniel Ricciardo has already won the race, and if she can just hold off Lulu, she's going to finish with one single World Championship point. As we just go round the final right-hander, can she hold it off from Lewis Hamilton, who's right behind her? And the answer to that is yes, she can. So 1 point for the Hertz. Well, that's all we need. Points every single race. Fantastic performance there as we go onto the podium, and there is Daniel Ricciardo, who won the race. Valtteri in 2nd position. Let's have a look now at the final scores then after all 3 of those rounds. And Fernando Alonso got 6th position. Regina Hertz got 10th, of course, so 8 points for Fernando, 1 point for the Hertz. Daniel Ricciardo won the race. And now in the final scores, Regina is in 7th place with 73 points, Fernando's in 8th with 53, and Sebastian Vettel is still out in the lead with 200 against Valtteri Bottas with 179 points. And in the constructors, McLaren are in 4th.
Great work out there today. How do you think it went? You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Oh god, it's interview time again with Claire. Oh, that was good. Yeah, next one.
It was more like Dodgems than Formula 1 today, wasn't it?
So what's she going to pick here? I'm not quite sure. She's taking her time. Oh. Oh dear, she's lost it.
Great. Well, that's everything.
So that's the end of the interviews. Let's have a look at the final statistics then. She is currently losing her rivalry with Fernando Alonso, but drawing with Carlos Sainz. Let's have a look at some more statistics before we all nod off. And her team goal, finishing 10th or better, she's got that, but her reputation has gone down with McLaren. Wowzers. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. As always, there will of course be more from the Regina Hertz career mode as we have to renegotiate our contract once more.